Do you have trouble finding time to paint? Weeks go by and you don't get at it? I'm Pat Scrivener from Scrivener Art and Design, and today I'm going to share with you how I cope with being extra busy. This last week in my studio has been super busy as I was getting ready for the market I was in, and I also had a 2-day Zoom workshop I was teaching following the market. So it has been a little bit crazy. My studio looks like an absolute chaotic mess, and it's hard. I find it hard to be creative when things are in a bit of an uproar. But I do have my small painting space that I can put my back to the mess and just be creative. So this week, being really busy with not only the market and teaching, it's also my month end and the end of the quarter. So I have a lot of bookwork to catch up on. So I've been working on that as well. So how do we find time to paint when we're so busy? This week, of course, I taught the workshop, so I managed to paint a demo painting during the workshop. And not quite finished, but here it is. I also had a messy canvas on the go that I was going to make the jazz painting, and it's been turning into figures, multiple figures. So while I'm painting, I'm cleaning my brush off on canvases, and I have a couple of those on the go, and that makes a background readily available for me at any given time to create on top of. So that's one of the things I do, because it uses my paint other than putting it in the water or wiping it off on my rag, but also I'm ready to look at that background and start a painting. So you don't have to necessarily have a lot of time to start. For instance, today I spent a lot of time doing bookwork and came into my studio late, and what I've done is made my sketch on top of this particular canvas. Now that's something that you can do just in a few minutes. So one thing I like to do is break my tasks down. It's surprising how much you can get done if you have only 10 minutes. You can get your table organized and get your stuff out for the ready for the next time you show up. You could even mix some of your paints up and store them in a stay wet palette, or keep them in your fridge in little containers so that they're ready to go. We have to get past this notion that we need a big block of time. A lot of days I only get small bits of time, but I do show up and do a little bit. It might just be in a sketchbook, or it might be a little bit on a painting, or it might be finishing edges and putting hardware on. But showing up is the important thing, so that you do stay in momentum. And keeping a journal of where you left off and what your next steps are going to be can also be very good, because you don't have to think about what you're going to do or wonder where you left off. You can just look at that journal and say, oh yes, I was going to block in this figure painting today. So give yourself permission to paint in small amounts of time, or do something in your studio to keep the momentum going. If you stay away from your studio for too long, you're going to get out of the habit of showing up. And so it's so important to make sure that you continually show up. So this week, my time is short, but I'm hoping that I can work on this painting quite a bit, and I'm also going to be recording some video as well for a online workshop. I'm going to do the Soul Sisters that I just finished teaching live and on Zoom. I'm going to record it so it's available at any time for anyone. I also want to mention that I'm in a collaborative project this year called Art Bundles for Good, and there's a great giveaway that is going on just for this week up until I think it's November 3rd. Anyway, you can win a year in the art bundle, and there is so many fantastic workshops in it. It's over a $5,000 value of workshops. I think there's 111 in total. I'm going to put the link below in the description to give you a chance to sign up for the possibility of winning one of those placements. So that's what I'm up to this week, and I hope you have a great week in your studio, and make sure that you show up and do something, even if it's not painting, but getting in your studio to get in the habit of showing up. Over and out for now. We'll see you soon. Bye.